What is up, YouTube? So, I've just got back from seeing Independence Day Resurgence. Okay, so it's pretty loud in here. The sound may be a bit off because currently Thor is raining down one hell of a thunderstorm because he's fuming that Independence Day Resurgence has literally took a massive shit on a great 90s action film. Yeah, so this is going to set a tone for the film. So the trailers made it out that, you know what, we're getting pretty much a carbon copy sequel with complete action, just non-stop, little plot, little story. It's worked well for Star Wars Force Awakens, which pretty much the same. It made the same film as A New Hope. I mean, come on. But it did it very well. It updated it to the modern era, had just a sprinkle little dash of stuff that we loved in the past, such as obviously you've got Carrie Fisher, you've got Harrison Ford, and you had Mark Hamill just go for a bit as well. So yeah, you had that, and then you had the new elements such as John Boyega and Daisy Ridley as well, who were John Boyega, man. I've been a fan of him since Attack the Block. But anyway, this is not a Force Awakens gushing review. This is a memoriam. This is a wake for the Independence Day franchise. So, yep, whatever, let's carry on. This film was fucking shit. I really, rarely rag on a film that badly. I'm generally a very positive person when it comes to things. I have kind of a positive outlook on new franchises, etc. I could have looked upon this with absolute disdain and hate because there's a very special couple of memories everyone has. And when I went to go and see the original Independence Day, I went to go see it in America. This was my first trip outside of, well, as far as I can remember, my first trip outside of the country. And then I went to go and see Independence Day. It was a rated 12 in the UK, so you had to be 12 years old to go and see it, regardless if you had an adult with you. In America, I think it was a PG-13, which meant that I could go and see it 5 years before I was allowed to ever see it. So, I was with my parents, I was in Disneyland, went to go and see Independence Day, mind blown. And then it stuck with me forever. So what I did was, it's with me forever. So that, and Back to the Future, Jurassic Park, for me, these are all classic films, which are just, you can't top them. They're just timeless classics. I mean, in the 90s, we were making timeless classics left, right, and centre. And we had the 2000s. And the 2000s gave us pointless fucking sequels left, right, and centre. And then things kind of got good, I think. Jurassic World came out. And then, well, Force Awakens came out. And I'm like, whoa, dude. Whoa. We can actually make a sequel that's possibly better than the original. Not in this case. Not in Independence Day Resurgence case at all. This is possibly Jurassic Park 3 level sequel. And I'm talking Jurassic Park 3, dude. Jurassic Park 3. I mean, this film was awful. Jurassic Park 3 took everything that was good, like the dinosaurs and the Jurassic Park, and took away everything that was good. All the heart, the humour, the warning to humanity to not play God. And it kind of had like some kid went missing and then his parents said that they were millionaires and yeah, that happened. So, Independence Day, what do we love about it? Come on. Right, answer, let me know in the comments. Tell me what you loved about the first Independence Day. And I want to see if it matches up to what I think. Now, I love the fact that it was just pure action. There was a little story to think about. You had Will Smith being Will Smith. I mean, 97, this was the height of his power. And yeah, Jeff Goldblum was good as well, obviously. And, well, that was it really. It was just a simple film, a lot of heart, a lot of warning as well, that the world needs to unite. Now, we're in the era of franchises in the world. So you've got the Hunger Games, you've got the Divergent. You've had the Hunger Games. You've probably got Divergent to come for a bit longer. Obviously, we have connected universes with the whole DC universe, the Marvel universe. Franchises are big because you're going to see one film, you're going to see another one because they're going to link together. So they're playing on the fact that you would want that. Now, damn it, what they've done to Independence Day is they've taken the framework of the first one. So, this is a callback here. They were going to say it's a callback. This all makes sense. So we go back to the Force Awakens and the Jurassic World kind of thing here, where you've got the framework of the film, the plot's there. It's the same plot. Aliens have come, they screw us over, and then some guy goes, shoots a gun like this. They saved. That's what happens. It's almost like they got this formula down to a T to kind of get us, conspiracy theory, Illuminati confirmed, but whatever. So the thing with the film is that they've added this massive layer, this whole layer of sci-fi. So aliens invade, we've got to fix it. Then this whole backstory of who the aliens are, and we come across their enemies. We learn why they've come to Earth. These enemies have come in. Okay, that sounds kind of reasonable. But there's so much story building, backstory building, future sequel building in this film. It's almost a joke. The fact that the story just doesn't need a story. It does not need all this. And then we get the whole new generation. So the reason Will Smith was left out of this film is that they wanted to pass the torch to a new generation of people. Yeah, understandable. Again, callback. You've got Han Solo. You've got Carrie Fisher. They're passing on the torch. Makes sense, doesn't it? But when the whole point of the original, with Will Smith being Will Smith, what makes the film so good, well, you've kind of taken out your actual kind of Weapon X, to use a X-Men phrase there. So that's the problem, is that, one, this layer of crap over the top. Now we have brand new characters. We've got Liam Hemsworth being introduced. We have a kind of UN representative guy who is pretty much in every single scene kind of fighting aliens or going to fight aliens or being the ship that Jeff Goldblum and Liam Hemsworth is in, and he's in danger. It's kind of the comical aspect of seeing where this war is affecting everyone else. But it's awful. It just doesn't, it's not funny. It's just so shit. It's just not funny at all. That's personal preference, because obviously comedy is subjective. But I did not find that funny at all. So it starts off on the moon. We're supposed to assume that we know who all these characters are. Like, oh yeah, it's the kid from the first one who's shooting in the sky. Then there's the president's daughter, but they've grown up. And now the president's daughter is going out with Liam Hemsworth. And then he almost killed Will Smith's kid. But Will Smith died 11 years ago. And now they're on the moon. That's it. That's pretty much the backstory. It's like, I was sitting there trying to work out, like, why do I care if any of these people die? Like, Liam Hemsworth goes to make a sacrifice and you're like, I don't know who you are. Who are you? There's no point. Because the passing of the torch doesn't work, because there's only one person handing the torch. That's Jeff Goldblum, and he's like not really near any of these people most of the film. See, that's the issue. It's just bogged down in backstory and just story that does not need to actually be there. So we go through the film, we have a lot of characters come back, and I'm like, I don't remember who's the background people were in like the film. I remember the guy who got killed at Area 51, but he's back and he was in the trailer. And then again, that's it. So what they've done is they're trying to build this franchise and it leaves it open for a third one. I mean, there's one point this kind of alien orb helps them and gives them loads of information. And you're like, this looks comical. Some of the CGI is just shocking. They CGI'd a fucking desert. Like, they went to the desert in the first one, so why couldn't you go there and do that in this one? Like, it probably doesn't cost that much to go there anymore because, like, travel's cheaper these days. But I don't know, I'm not a film executive. I mean, I just rant about stuff on the internet. So, the problem is it's just a lot of unnecessary crap on top of it. And, like, the story is just the same. It's, like, exactly this, down to the T. And then we have a monster chase at the end, which is just laughable. At this point, it got to about halfway in, I was just like, this just really isn't good. They have just added all this stuff into it, all this backstory, and some of the script is just comical. It goes down to that it's almost turning into a self-parody. Just like Jeff Goldblum's gone on Saturday Night Live, and he's playing like a parody of a typical sci-fi film. That's what it's come down to. And to be honest, I wouldn't really recommend this film whatsoever. I mean, I thought Alice Through the Looking Glass was bad, but this is bad. This is just, at one point, it like explained like why these things were coming for Earth and why this other alien race is helping us out. And I was just like, I just couldn't stop laughing because it was just so cheesy. Like the first one, the original was cheesy. This was original 90s cheese. But this one has become a parody of itself. So that's it really for my review for that. So if you enjoyed that, drop a like and a subscribe and I'll be back with more independence. No, I won't. I'll be back with more other content that's actually fucking good. This film fucking sucked. Goodbye.